Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to All the Mods Expert Remastered. So, last episode, of course, was the base tour, the server tour, and since then I've done a few things, nothing too major. I've started filling these all in. I moved our bed upstairs, and started working on the front slightly, mainly the entryway somewhat, and then I did a bit of mining and stuff. So, today I decided that I want to do a slight detour from bees. Okay, we've been working towards bees pretty much the last, or towards, you know, the AP, or the industrial apiaries for the last few episodes, and I want to take a short detour because I want to get the alloy smelter, because the alloy smelter is going to allow us to get item conduits. Also, in the process of getting the alloy smelter, we're going to be doing a few other things, you know, to get up to that point, which includes the Empower. So if we decide to go with AE2, we could just segue right into that. I still haven't decided. Normally, I'm not a big fan of refined storage in general packs. This pack, even though it's got the recipe changes, it's a very low number pack, which is good. I think for refined storage, because it's not like we need like 15 million of all these different items. You know, it's very much about the progression and the crafting aspect, and not tons and tons of things. So I'm not for sure. I'm on the fence about it. So refined storage does have some things, some quality of life things that would work really, really well for this base, like being able to move channels with just one block instead of needing a quantum link. Just for looks purposes. But I don't know. I haven't decided for sure yet. But if we decide to go into AE2, we can segue straight into that because we already have the Empower available to us. And the reason I want to get the alloy smelter before I get industrial apiaries is because I would really like to have item conduits. There's a lot of cleanup around the base that relies on moving into conduits. Also, some things about the rock hounding area will get a whole lot better once we change over to item conduits. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Right here, this doesn't look too bad. Osmiridium, Iron Furnace, Cauldron. But what gets expensive is the machine chassis. We're going to need Osmiridium, Refined Obsidian. Basic Capacitor requires Mana Glass, Empowered Restonia, and Silver Clumps. Okay, so this is the two major things that is going to take a little bit of progress to get these unlocked. So I think let's go ahead and we are going to start on the Empower. This right here from Actual Editions. We're going to go ahead and get the Restonia knocked out, and then we'll switch over and do the mechanism part. Then we'll be able to make our first basic capacitors, because we've already got the Mana Glass done. So, Empower, we're going to need to get ourselves 5 of these display stands. Advanced coils, basic coils, not a problem, really. Let me pop down here. How much? I'm going to need a lot of redstone for this. I've got 2 Restonia. So I'll go ahead and grab like a stack of redstone. We're also going to need a bunch of gold nuggets. And then we're also going to need some black quartz. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Okay. Oh, and then quartz. Standard quartz. We're going to need... I don't have a whole lot of it, but that's fine. It's easy enough to go mine up a bunch of it. Oh, that gold was stopping it up. Got iron running through there. I'm going to go ahead and just pull this off. And let's see, display stand. We're going to need aesthetic green blocks and aesthetic quartz. Aesthetic quartz is 1 for 1. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more quartz. Okay, well there's 15 blocks of quartz. And I'll just throw that down in there. Smack that button. And there we go. There is our 15 aesthetic quartz. So let me pop into the nether real quick. I did move the nether portal. I haven't finished everything about it that I want to get in there, but I did move it over to here, and then we're going to put our aroma mining dimension portal over there, which I don't really know how much we're going to use that, because actually we might not even put one there. We may put a abyssal craft portal. Might be better, more important for us. Okay, we've got enough nether quartz now. Let me get this. I want, oops, 15 more of those, and let's see, the aesthetic green quartz takes chiseled quartz blocks. Okay, well that's fine, because we've got a chisel. There it is. And there's our chiseled quartz blocks. Okay. These display stands really aren't that expensive. They're not terrible within this pack, so I was kind of happy about that. There we go. That at green quartz, and then, let's see, display stand. All we need is the advanced coils. So, let's see, power. That's going to require another one right there. Oh, and I need to make some Restonia. I'm going to go ahead and convert like half of this into Restonia. And then I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I don't think I need any more of those right now. And then the basic core. That's what I just made. The display stands. Oh wait, we need to upgrade this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we might need one more coil. No, we don't. No, we don't. And I'm also going to need 5 Inori crystals, which is iron. There we go. Come on. Come on. I do want to get into a storage system soon because it's going to open up automation for us, but there's 5 display stands. Yeah, I am going to need one more of these. So we'll go ahead and get that. And we'll go ahead and upgrade it. There we go. And then for the actual empower, of course, we need 4 display stands and we need an empower. For this, single battery, there's that. And then we're just missing the steel casings and the steel fences. I might have some steel fences. I do have some steel that was running. Just to make sure that we had plenty of it. I have 1 steel fence. It's not going to be enough for anything. Okay, so let's see. Steel casing, void crystals. Do I have... I do not have any of those. That's coal. So I'm going to need 8 of that. Then we're also going to need to get 2 basic control circuits. That's osmium and redstone. So we'll grab 2 osmium out of there. Could have swore I had... There we go. Yeah, I do. I was thinking I had some enriched alloy in there. We haven't used that in a while. The metallurgic infuser. So, osmium, 2 redstone. We'll get that going. And then I'm going to need our 8 Inori crystals. There we go. And then we just need our steel, which is right over here. I love having this arc furnace, by the way. Love it. Absolutely love it. Because it's so much faster to make this stuff. It really, really is. Okay, we've almost got the empower knocked out. So, steel fences, we'll go ahead and get steel rods. There's 3 steel fences, and then our 2 basic control circuits are steel casings. Bam, bam. And then our empower. Woot. Okay. Alright, so we are getting somewhere now. We're definitely getting somewhere. So the empower, I'm not 100% sure yet where I want to put this thing. I'm going to put the steel fence away. So I'll tell you what, for now, until I decide exactly where I want to put it, we are going to put it right down here. That's what we're going to do. So it is, yeah, we'll put it right here. And then 2 blocks out, display stand, 2 blocks out, display stand, 2 blocks out, display stand, and 2 blocks out, display stand. Okay. Light that up. And then I have to run some power over to it. Hardened flux ducts. This will work. And this is just temporary. We're going to have conduits soon. Be able to run conduits and stuff. It's going to be great. Just run those 2 together. Run those 2 together. Okay, I just need a little bit more hardened flux ducts to connect that over. Oh, I do have this running again because wood... We have space for wood. We're not low on wood, but we have some space for wood. So I was like, yeah, okay. We're going to run that for a little bit just to get our counts back up. I think we had like 5,500 wood or something like that. Alright, so leadstone flux ducts, hardened flux ducts. We'll get 6 of those. I'll throw that back in there. Okay, so we'll get this thing plugged up. And then, I mean, we're pretty much done. Making the empowered Restonia is not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, so now to make empowered Westonia, and of course you can do this as either a block or you can do it as individual individual pieces, but of course it's cheaper. This is 9 times more efficient to do it this way. So nether brick, redstone, and red dye. And does it have to be red dye specifically? No, it can be floral red as well. But red dye is poppies. I think I've got plenty of that. So for simplicity's sake, there we go. There's red dye. There's a nether brick. I don't have any bricks. Okay. Actually, I think I have bricks up here. I was smelting them because I needed some for something. I'm going to smelt another stack just because, but there you go. And then we just need a piece of redstone. Got that under control. Okay. And let me get another... We'll just start with 9 of these. I don't really have... I don't think I need any more than like 4. Well, I would like to have 8 just because we'll be able to do... we'll be able to do sag meal and stuff like that too. There's other stuff from Ender.io I would like to get into. Alright, so we'll put Westonia block right there, and then just the nether brick, red dye, and redstone. Okay. And now it's running. You can see it's infusing these things into that. And I'm not for sure if the power costs are changed in this pack, if it's going to take a really long time to make this or not. It doesn't seem like it. Well, that's drained a little bit. That one's like completely drained. Yeah, it seems like it uses a bit of power, so we may start plugging in some of the rest of our power systems and expanding on that. Honestly, I'm at the point where I can make the upgraded... I can upgrade these to, say, resonant, maybe? Yeah, I could probably afford that at the moment. But anyways, there is our first empowered block, our first piece of empowered Westonia crystal. And of course there's other empowered stuff, empowered void, empowered Anori, empowered the lapis, Palis is what it's called. But anyways, so we've got that part knocked out. And then the next thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get ourselves silver clumps. Well, actually I'll just pull it up on... pull up the basic capacitor here. So the majority of this is knocked out. The silver clumps, we are going to need to get ourselves a purification chamber. This is enriched alloy, which I have that stuff prepped. We're going to need 2 of these advanced control circuits, and I'm actually going to make a few of these things. Well, actually, I think I've only got 2 osmium left. I do have osmium up there, though, but we'll start with 2 of those, and we'll see what we need. They really don't take that long to craft, in truth. Okay, and then purification chamber. We're also going to need an enrichment chamber. Okay, we need 2 empowered diamantine crystal blocks, some mish metal, advanced circuit, steel casing. I'd say this is probably the most expensive right here. Oh, let's see. The enrichment chamber is the one that makes the compressed stuff. What I might do, I am going to want to make another one of those, but they're a little bit steep at the moment. Mainly due to the fact that I don't have a whole lot of mish metal. Also, diamonds I'm not great on. We do have the 4 mish metal ingots, but that's all I got. I could make more mish metal. Let's see. Cerium, lanthium, yeah, that's the one that takes like all these different things. I think I've got most of that stuff up there, so I may work on making, but I'm low on diamonds. I don't want to spend another 18 diamonds to make another enrichment chamber. So we're just going to make one for right now, and then I'll make another one later. I think I have enough diamonds, though. Let me check. How many do I got? Yeah, I got 27, so we're okay on that. And then to make the empowered... Well, I got to upgrade to diamantine, and then what else do I need for that? 2 pieces of clay, a clay block, and some light blue dye. Okay. And I could do it with Botania, but I'm right here. There's 2 light blue. And then, actually, I need another set of these. There's 2 and 2. Okay, so there's everything that we need to actually make it. I just got to upgrade these diamond blocks to diamantine blocks. And then we're pretty well set on that end. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this stuff out real quick. There's that. That. We'll get that running. Yeah, I don't think the power costs are increased because it's barely even touching this and it's done. I think what it was is probably because I was running some other stuff. We were using the atomic reconstructor and metallurgic infuser. We were using the arc furnace earlier, and I charged my jetpack up. That's where a lot of power from those go. Is whenever this thing gets low, because I charged it up like right before the episode, so I think that's where it was. So we'll upgrade the speed of those. That's one thing I'm starting to realize. Like, I haven't had any power issues. I haven't ran out of power. But we're going to reach that point before long where it's just not as fast as I'd like it to be. So we'll increase the amount that it produces. I need to upgrade those things. Okay, so advanced circuits. We have not made one of these yet, have we? Okay, I think I've got everything. I went ahead and prepped up the stuff here. We'll throw that in there. Throw that in there. I got one extra nether quartz. And we'll throw that in there. Hit that lever. And that should be, yeah, should be everything. Okay, so next up, let's see. Just leave that running for a minute. We've kind of got a little crafting hole. We've got all this stuff, and we just need, well, the steel casing, which isn't really a problem to make. Oh yeah, I'm going to need to make more osmium. And I tell you what, let me take a look at something. The osmiridium. This stuff right here. I believe we can do it through cast. Yeah, we can cast it. And osmiridium, is it 1 for 1? 1 osmium, 1 iridium. Okay, a while back, you recall, I dumped all that osmium into the Tinker's Construct smeltery, right? And it was like, oh man, but I said it wasn't really a problem. Okay, let me grab those. And this is where we're actually going to use it, because we can throw in our iridium into that and use it. So let's go ahead. This stuff should smelt up, yeah. We'll go ahead and throw in 4, 8. Yeah, I'm going to start with that. That's going to make us 16 osmiridium, so that should be good for a minute. And then the rest of this osmium, I'm just going to throw it into our arc furnace. Always forget to do that with it. And there we go. There's 8 osmium. And then if we pop over here, because we are going to need that osmiridium in a minute, we are producing osmiridium at long last. So we'll go ahead and start dumping that stuff out. There we go. And then, oh yeah, the steel casing. There's our steel casing. So right now we've gotten everything for this except for the 2 advanced circuits. Okay, now this we're going to need some steel nuggets, not a problem. Ender pulsars, which are just eyes of Ender and obsidian. That's not really an issue. We should have all of that stuff down here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and actually, you know what? We need 4 of these, so we're gonna have to do 2 crafts. I mean, we're gonna need 4 of these things. And let's go ahead and crush up. Oh, can I not crush a blaze rod here? That's fine. Let's see, what all options do I have? What's the crusher's output? Oh, it's 4 and sulfur. Okay, that's, I think, best that we have access to. So we'll go with that. I was thinking it would only produce 3. And there's our eyes of Ender. And then why did I didn't get enough. I didn't get enough. I don't know what I'm doing here. I got enough obsidian, but I didn't get enough eyes of Ender. I only got 4 for whatever reason. And there's 2 more eyes of Ender, and then 3 more Ender pulsars. Okay, so that part's done. The steel nuggets, not a problem. The most involved part is the engineering processor and the logic processor, because we're going to have to get ourselves an inscriber. Fluix crystal, steel ingots. Oh man, we're pretty much having to start AE2 to do this. Kind of. Well, not really. not really, I guess. 2 pistons, and then 2 sticky pistons, and then, let's see, was it steel or was it iron on this? Steel, okay. That's fine. Let me get 2, 3, 4, 5 of that, and we'll go ahead and lay that out. And now we just need the Fluix. And let me double check here. Fluix crystal, it looks to be correct. like standard. So charged Certus, nether quartz, redstone. Let me go ahead and get... I've actually got nether quartz there. I'm going to do 4. There we go. And, oh, we got to find water. That's going to be tough. Not like we got loads of it here. So, that. And we'll give it just a second. And there we go. Unnatural achievement. And we got our Fluix crystal. We got 8 pieces of it. And then, there we go. There is our inscriber. Okay. So now, this should be able to plug straight into power. So, let's see, the presses, because we are going to need presses for this. Engineering processor, we're going to need the engineering press. Yeah. So we're going to have to fly around and find those, which is fine. Let me pull up meteorite compass. Meteors can be found in the mining dimension. Okay. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll get a piece of charged Certus. And I guess we're going to the mining dimension. There we go. Meteorite Hunter achievement. And I'm just going to dump all this. Well, I really don't have that much. I really don't have that much stuff. Okay, so we're going to have to go to the mining dimension, which is aroma, this right here. Okay, so we're going to need to get ourselves a portal frame and a mining multi-tool. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's really not that expensive, I guess. Okay. I've got these 2 electronic circuits. I'm just going to use these, and I'll make more when I get back. Let's see. Basic machine casing, that's just bronze. Don't I have some bronze up here, or am I should, because I made all that bronze a while back for forestry. Look, there's our first bit of osmiridium. And, yeah, we'll grab 8 of that. But if you notice, like, a lot of this pack, like, once we have this stuff in place, we're set. It's just a matter of getting this stuff in place is, I think, the worst part of it. Okay, so then we just need a mining pipe, which I actually have those. The reason being, I crafted these forever ago because I was wanting to look at how they would look for decor. And I ended up going with the immersive engineering pipes. So we have 16 of those right there. And then we are going to need a chest. That actually made that last little bit a bit easier. So there we go. And we can get our miner. That's the worst part of it. And then for the mining multi-tool, we just need a diamond pick, ender pearl, and 2 stone bricks, which I have them in here somewhere. Right here. 2 of those. There's that. And then we can get our mining multi-tool. Okay. And then we need these right here. That's going to be, what, 10 of those. So let's go, let me grab this. And then we can just craft these together with the mining tool. And 50% of this tool is already used. That's fine. That's okay. And I guess we'll set this up right here. I'm actually glad I got this little area kind of started working on this area here. And then if I recall, take the mining multi-tool and click it, and there we go. To go through the portal, you have to sneak in it. So, there we go. Okay, that part's done. And we've got our meteorite compass, so we're all set to go find ourselves some presses. And it looks like it's not destroyed too much. Let's see, this thing is... Which a lot of these are probably already gathered. Maybe. I know some people have already... Yeah, quite a few people have already gotten into AE2. But it looks like... And actually, I'm going to put this in my offhand, just so we can kind of watch it while we're looking for these presses. And the main ones I'm looking for is these... Oh, look at this. Skystone right here. And we have to find the middle of this. Right there. Awesome. Okay, we have a calculation press. And more skystone. Okay. The main ones I'm looking for, let me see. For the advanced circuits, we are going to need logic, engineering, and silicon. So the one we got is actually the one we don't actually need. I'll just put it into there. Okay, so we are back off again. This one's probably already looted, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm actually going to grab these skystone chests. They're kind of useful. Okay, here's another one, which is probably... Yeah, this one's been looted. There's one there that's been looted. Seems like most of the above ground ones have been looted. Okay, this one has not been... Oh, seriously, another calculation? What's the luck here? What is this? Alright. Anyways, I'm going to fly around off camera for a bit, see if I can find the 3 presses that we actually need for right now. And I'll be back here in just a bit. Okay, right after I cut, I was headed, what is it? We're headed south? Yeah, we're headed south. And I came across this one. We don't have, it's got silicon and engineering. We're still missing logic. But that one chest knocked it out, like knocked out most of what we were looking for. So it's about to get dark, which is awesome. Anyways, I'll be back once I find a logic processor. Okay, I'm going to put our meteorite compass in there. We don't really ever need this thing again. Finally, like, look at this. 4 calculation, 3 engineering, and I got 1 silicon and 1 logic. Finally got all 4 of the presses that we need. And so now what we can do is... Actually, let me... Can I make silicon without the sag mill? The nice thing about the sag mill, one reason I want to get to this stuff... Well, there's the crusher. See, the crusher's not expensive, but I'm just going to go with standard silicon, and we'll get that smelted up. And question, I believe there's 82, actually, yeah, I know there's 82 stuff in this pack. The advanced inscriber is not expensive. This might be worth going ahead and getting that. Yeah, I think so. And I'm not 100% sure if we can use the silicon. I think we can. Actually, is that the basic silicon for... I don't know. Anyways, let's see. I'm just going to bring this power line over. We'll plug our inscriber up. I can't... That one actually might require an actual AE system for it. I can't remember. Usually I have an actual AE system by the time I do it, so it's hard to say. Alright, so we're going to drop that in there. I could semi-automate this. I don't know that I'm going to. Yeah, for right now I'm just going to do it manual. It's not really a big deal. So, 4 printed silicon, and then we are going to need, let's see, engineering and logic. That's diamond and gold. So let's get that. I mean, it's really not that expensive once we got the presses and the inscriber and everything. It's not really that bad. So we'll take our silicon press, and now I need the logic press. I am kind of ready to get into refined storage or AE2. Refined storage requires more Britannia, and AE2 requires more, basically the Empower, and a lot more sand, which we can do with Astral Sorcery. So, I mean, really, I'm not for sure which one I want to go with yet. So I imagine we'll decide soon. Okay, so there's all of that, and then I just need a little bit of redstone. I'm gonna grab that, and then we're gonna, this will be done. Oh, and then I have to make 2 new circuits. Okay, our processes are done, and then we just have to get our 2 little circuits. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, we'll throw that into there, flip that lever, and let me get a piece of glass. And this is gonna have it done for us. I mean, this is pretty much the last little bit of it. Alright, so there we go. And oh, let's see. Advanced circuits. Oh yeah, steel nuggets. Let me go grab those real quick. I'm going to put skystone into one of those chests, or one of those drawers, but okay. Dun dun. Here we go. 2 advanced circuits. And then we can get our enrichment chamber. Haha. Okay. That's just the first step. So now that we've got that, I mean, that's the worst part of it, in truth. To make the silver clumps, these right here, we're going to need to upgrade it to a purification chamber, which is osmium enriched alloy, advanced control circuits. That's why I made those. Okay, so these, that, visual bug, there we go. And then we can get, oh yeah, our osmium that we were cooking up in the arc furnace. Oh wait, I dumped it into here, didn't I? Yeah. Pretty sure I grabbed it out and I dumped it back into this right there. Okay. And purification chamber. Pow. And actually we may, I've got to double check, but we might work on a system to get osmium a whole lot easier next, or in the next few episodes. Maybe, I don't know, next episode or not, but okay, so we've got that, and then what we need is an electrolytic separator right here. This is fairly cheap. Iron, redstone, enriched alloy. Electrolytic core is pulverized gold, 2 pulverized osmium, and then iron sand. Or iron, crushed up iron, basically. So let me get 2 of those. Let me get 1 of those, and I've actually got crushed up gold upstairs. So I'm just going to grab a piece of that. And I guess I'm going to use the crusher to do this, I think. So iron goes in, osmium goes in. There's our iron dust and osmium dust. There we go. And then we just need a bit of redstone. It's really redstone and iron. It's like the main things we don't have at the moment. Electrolytic core, there's that. And then electrolytic separator. I grabbed tiny piles of redstone. GG me. Okay. There's our electrolytic separator. Okay. And then what we need to do is this thing, well, it's really not something that I'm going to be using extensively right now. Later on, yes. Right now, eh. So, I'll tell you what, because this is all going to get, I've got to set up a mekanism chain line, basically. For right now, we'll just put the electrolytic separator, like, right here. And then what I can do is I can just take buckets of water. Because this whole system, the reason I'm not going to plug it up into this system, it will be plugged up into this system, but for right now I'm going to wait because that whole system's about to get reworked. So we'll just dump our water in like this, like that, and it's producing oxygen for us, okay? And then we'll set up a purification chamber right there, and you'll notice it just pulled out the oxygen into the purification chamber, just on the right-hand side. This left-hand side, the hydrogen, I'm going to set it to dump excess. So once it hits full, it's just going to dump any extra, but it'll keep that filled with hydrogen. Because right now the main thing I'm wanting is oxygen. Okay, and then what we can do is silver. We need silver clumps. Grab that little bit of silver ore right there, and we'll toss it in there, and it's going to start breaking that down for us. And there we go, silver clumps. Woohoo! Okay, so now we'll take this, we'll break it down, and guess what? Man, that was a long craft line, I'll tell you what. I'll grab this piece of mana glass, and now we can get ourselves. And this is actually the worst part of making the alloy smelter, our basic capacitor. Okay, so that's the first step. And now we need a machine chassis. And this thing right there, all we need is 4 osmiridium, the basic capacitor, and refined obsidian ingot. Okay, so refined obsidian, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do this through the, not in here, we're going to do it through the arc furnace, but we need refined obsidian dust, which is crushed up obsidian and diamond dust. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot to use that enrichment chamber. Ah. I'll work on one of those like between the episodes. So I'm going to need altogether for the, is it just 4 that I need for the alloy smelter in total? Yes, it's just 4. Okay, so 4 obsidian and my last 4 diamonds. Awesome. I love it. I love it so much. Actually, you know what? I may only need 1 obsidian. It's obsidian dust. If you run it through the crusher, I didn't mean to run 2, but that's fine. See, it makes 4 at a time, so we really only needed 1 piece of obsidian. So, oh yeah, and then I need crushed up diamonds. Can I run these through the crusher? But that's what I wanted to do in the enrichment chamber, was take the diamonds and stuff, compress them, you get a lot more output. It's like 9, I think. Basically counts as 9 diamonds, one of these. So I meant to do that, but that's okay. Crusher can do it. What about this guy? Yeah, he can do it too. Okay, we'll just throw that into there. Like, honestly, once you get the basic capacitor, like, the rest of this is all downhill. Okay, so that's making our refined obsidian. And then while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead. Let me go grab the osmiridium that we're going to need. And cauldron, isn't it different? Yeah, it's aluminum in this pack. Alright, so 8 of our osmiridium. And technically I can knock out some of those Tinker's Construct quests now too. And then we're going to need iron furnaces. So we're going to need 15 iron plates, and we're going to need 7 aluminum plates. And then we've pretty much got everything at that point. And there's our refined obsidian dust. It's only taken like a whole episode, but we're about to have it. Okay, let me pull off my ring of magnetization, and I'm just going to run these through our metal presses. Okay, so it's making all of our plates for us, and there is our 4 refined obsidian ingots. And so then what we can do is we can take and we can make our machine chassis. Our very first machine chassis. There we go. And then we're just waiting on the stuff to make the cauldron and the iron furnace. So, and then we'll have our alloy smelter. So I'll be back in just a second. It's going to take a minute for all these to get ran, but I'll be back once these are done. Okay, there is our 3 iron furnaces, and I already crafted the cauldron. And then there, entire episode to get this thing. But there is our alloy smelter. Woot. And then that means we can make item conduits, we can make energy conduits, we can make fluid conduits, we can make all these things that up until now we have not been able to make due to them requiring the alloy smelter. So I'm just going to pull that off. This is just kind of becoming a wall of machines right now. And I'm going to go ahead and set that to alloys. And then if we take a look at item conduits, we're just going to make our first alloy. I know it's about wrapping up point, but conduit binder we've covered, but pulsating iron. Because up until now we really haven't. Induction smelter is really late game. Gaia Guardian Head, Awakened Draconium, like that thing's crazy expensive. But up until now we really haven't been able to make this. No pulsating iron. So iron and ender pearl. I'm actually going to make a little bit of this. We only have to use nuggets. That's one nice thing about it, is it only requires the nuggets and not, ingots. The item conduits themselves, I mean, actually I think most of the conduits, the recipes haven't really changed. Now conduit binder is a little bit different, in this pack than it normally is, but there we go. We can get that running. We can make our first bit of pulsating iron and start making item conduits, which means in a lot of cases we can clear a lot of this stuff up. A lot of this jumble, especially like the rock hounding room. These pressure pipes, they act up like really, really bad. Sometimes they'll stop sending water. Sometimes they'll start sending water. I've noticed, I think it's the fluid pipe or the fluid conduit that's feeding into that. If there's multiple places that water can go, it locks up. So I have to like cycle things on and off, and it's a nuisance. It really, really is. So there we go. Our first bit of pulsating iron. And we still have that one item conduit from the quest, but that's like the industrial apiaries. I didn't really want to mess with those too much until we got item conduits. Just a whole lot smoother, cleaner to set those up with that. So pulsating iron, and look at that, 1 ingot, 24 item conduits. Okay, and really, I mean, they're not expensive to make. Now that we've got the stuff in place that was required for the progression part of it. The inscriber, the purification chamber, the electrolytic separator, the alloy smelter, all that stuff is here now. It's really not that expensive. Okay, but anyways, also dark steel. That's another reason I hate making dark steel in the alloy smelter. Cannot stand it. Because, I mean, there is a recipe here, alloying liquefied coal, molten iron, obsidian. But in truth, this recipe is a lot easier to just throw down, in my opinion. Anyways, alloy smelter, whole lot easier to do that. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Honestly, conduits are going to be kind of a game changer in this pack, I feel like. I'm happy to get that knocked out, in truth. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay up to date with when new videos come out, and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.